Today we are going to start with exercise 2.4. Question number 1 is determine which of the following polynomials has x plus 1 is a factor. So 4 polynomials are given to us. We need to determine which polynomial will be having x plus 1 as a factor. Means if dividing the polynomial by x plus 1 we should get a remainder 0. Now the whole thing is we need to find the remainder and we need to check if remainder is 0, then we can say that x plus 1 is a factor. For getting the remainder we have easy method, that is remainder theorem. Okay, what it says, if you have a polynomial whose degree is greater than equal to 1 and it is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder is what? PA. Okay, so first we are going to consider, that is x plus 1 is equal to 0. This questions we have already done in 2.3 exercise. Okay, so x will be equal to minus 1. Okay, so remainder of this polynomial when divided by x plus 1 we will get what? P of minus 1, that is P of a. Okay, so that will be equal to, just replace x by minus 1, that will be minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, now minus 1 cube is what? Minus 1 only. Minus 1 square is what? Plus 1. Minus plus minus, it will be minus 1 and this is plus 1. Now this minus 1 plus 1 cancels, minus 1 plus 1 cancels. Okay, so we get P of minus 1 is equal to 0 here. So if we get this 0, then we can say that remainder is 0. So when remainder comes 0, when the polynomial is having x plus 1 as a factor. Okay, so we can clearly say x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. Let us check for the second part. Again, x is equal to minus 1 only because we have same linear polynomial. So we will check for p minus 1 here. So minus 1 power 4 plus minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, so minus 1 power 4 is plus 1. Minus 1 cube is what? Minus 1. And minus plus will be minus only. Now minus 1 square is what? Plus 1, and this is plus 1 like this. So plus minus, it will be minus 1 and plus 1. Plus minus cancels, we are left with 1. Okay, so P of minus 1 here, it is coming 1. So definitely P of minus 1 is not equal to 0. So we cannot say that this x plus 1 is a factor. Okay, so x plus 1 is not a factor of this polynomial. Likewise, we need to check for third and fourth part also. Here also we'll check for P of minus 1 only. That is equal to minus 1 power 4, 3 into minus 1 cube plus 3 into minus 1 square plus minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, so this minus 1 power 4 is 1. This will be minus 1. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. The minus 1 square is plus 1. Plus 1 into 3 is plus 3. Then minus 1, then plus 1. Okay, so minus 3 plus 3 cancels each other. Minus 1 plus 1 cancel each other. So we are left with 1 only. So P of minus 1 is, again we are getting 1 and it is not 0. So we can say that x plus 1 is not a factor of this polynomial. Okay, so not a factor. We need to check just remainder is coming 0 or not. Okay, the next one is this. Again we will check for P of minus 1. Why we are only taking minus 1 all the time? Because we have one linear factor only, that is x plus 1. So when you make x plus 1 equal to 0, you will get x is equal to minus 1 only. Okay, that's why we are putting minus 1. This will be minus 1 cube minus of minus 1 square minus of 2 plus root 3 minus 1 and plus root 2. Okay, now this minus 1 cube is minus 1. Minus 1 square is plus 1, but we have minus here, so it will be minus 1. Okay, now this minus and this minus, when you combine, it will be plus, and this will be 2 plus root 2. This is 2 only. Okay, now we are left with, at last, there is plus root 2. And this minus 1 cancels plus 2, and we are left with 2 root 2 here. So definitely P of minus 1 is not 0. So x plus 1 is not a factor of this polynomial, fourth part. I hope you understood what we are checking here and how to do that. Let's move to question number 2. Question number 2 says, use the factor theorem to determine whether gx is a factor of px in each of the following cases. Okay, so for that, first we need to understand what is factor theorem. So factor theorem says that if you have a polynomial px whose degree is greater than equal to 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a, that is a linear polynomial in a, in x is a factor if PA is equal to 0. Okay, this was the conclusion that we used of a remainder theorem. Okay, and next is what? If PA is 0, then x minus a is a factor. Okay, now let us understand this with a question. This is second question, first part. Px is given and gx is given. So Px, we have a polynomial whose degree is greater than equal to 1, the condition given in the theorem. And next we have a linear polynomial, that is x minus a, both the parts we have that. Okay, so that is a linear polynomial. Now we need to check that gx is a factor of px or not. So when we can say this linear polynomial is a factor of px? When pa is equal to 0. So we need to check this condition. Okay, so that will be this gx. For that we will consider gx is equal to 0. Okay, so x plus 1 will be equal to 0. So x will be equal to minus 1. Now we will replace the value of x in px by minus 1. Okay, so we will see what is the value of p of minus 1. That will be 2 into minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square minus 2 into minus 1 and minus 1, like this. Okay, now we'll see, solve this. That is 2 into minus 1 plus 1, because minus 1 square is 1 only, minus 2 minus 1, that will be plus 2 and minus 1. Okay, so this 2 into minus 1, that will give minus 2 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1. Minus 2 cancel this plus 2, plus 1 cancel this minus 1. So we ultimately got p of minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so since we are getting p of a as 0, okay, so this was the value of a, and p of a we are getting as 0. So if p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor. Then we can say that this gx is a factor of this px. So like this we need to check for other parts also. I hope you understood. There is a very small gap, small understanding gap between the remainder theorem and factor theorem. You can say a factor theorem is the extension of this remainder theorem. Okay, what we concluded from remainder theorem, we are using in factor theorem. Let us see second and third part of this. Let us see second part. Again we will compare this gx is equal to 0. So that will be x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we get x is equal to minus 2. Now we need to check for p of minus 2, because this is the value of a. Okay, so p of minus 2. So we'll replace the value of x by minus 2. That will be minus 2 whole cube plus 3 into minus 2 square plus 3 into minus 2 plus 1. Okay, now minus 2 cube is what? Minus 8. Minus 2 square is 4. 4 into 3, that will be 12. Plus minus, that will give you minus. 3 into 2, that will 6. And this is plus 1. Okay, so 8 and 6, that will give minus 14. Plus 12 plus 1, that will give plus 13. So we are left with minus 1 here. Okay, so since we can say that p of minus 2 is equal to minus 1, means p of minus 2 is not equal to 0. Since it is not 0, so we cannot say that gx is a factor of px. Okay, so it is not a factor. Likewise, we'll check for the third portion. So from here again gx is equal to 0. So that will be x minus 3 is equal to 0. That will be x is equal to 3. Now we'll replace the value of x by 3 here. So p of 3, that will be equal to 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square plus 3 plus 6. Okay, so 3 cube is what? 27 minus 3 square is 9. 9 into 4, that will be 36 plus 3 and plus 6. Now 27 plus 3, that is 30. 30 plus 6, that is 36. So 36 minus 36, that will give you 0. So we got p of 3 as 0. So we can say that gx is a factor of px. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of factor theorem that we just have done with first part. And second part was also there for factor theorem, that is question number 3. Let us see that. Now third question says that you have to find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of this 4 polynomials. Okay, so if x minus 1 is a factor, so definitely we will get the remainder as 0. That is factor theorem second point, which I wrote just before this. Okay, so we just need to check, we just need to put actually that this x minus 1 is a factor, then the remainder, that is p of a, that will be equal to 0. So again, if you take x minus 1 is equal to 0, so we will get x is equal to 1. And this is the value of a. And we know that if x minus 1 is a factor, then p of a should be equal to 0. means P of 1 should be 0 because value of A is 1 here. So P of 1 is, we'll just replace the value of x by 1, and this P of 1 should be equal to 0 because it is given that x minus 1 is a factor. Okay, so P of 1 is what? 1 square plus 1 plus k is equal to 0. We just replaced the value of x as 1. Okay, so 1 square is 1 plus k is equal to 0. So this will be 2 plus k is equal to 0. So from here we will get k is equal to minus 2. Okay, so like this we will find the value of k. Again, for this also we have same linear polynomial, that is x minus 1. So again value of a will be 1 only, and we will again replace this p of 1 should be equal to 0 because x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial also. So remainder has to be 0. Okay, so replace the value of x by 1. So that will be 2 into 1 square plus k into 1 plus root 2 is equal to 0. So that will be 2 plus k plus root 2 is equal to 0. So from here we will get, that is k is equal to minus of 2 plus root 2. When you shift both things here, both will be negative. That is minus of 2 plus root 2. This is the value of k from second part of this question. Okay, let us move to third part. Here also we will check p of 1 is equal to 0. Okay, again because x minus 1 is a factor, so remainder has to be 0. Okay, so we'll just replace the value of x by 1 here also. So that will be k into 1 square minus root 2 into 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so that will be k minus root 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. So k will be equal to root 2 minus 1. This will be the value of k. Okay, the fourth part and the last one is, again here we will check p of 1 is equal to 0. So that will be k into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus k is equal to 0. Okay, so here it will be k minus 3 plus k is equal to 0. So that will be 2k minus 3 is equal to 0. So this will shift here, it will be 2k is equal to 3 and k will be equal to 3 by 2. This will be the value of k in this portion. Okay, what we are doing, we are just checking that it is saying if x minus a is a factor, then p of a should be equal to 0, which we used in question number 2. Okay, we need to check that x minus a is a factor or not. So we checked that if pa is equal to 0, then we'll get this thing. Next it is saying that just opposite of that, if pa is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor. Okay, these were the 2 points. Okay, so here we are checking this. Is it clear to you? Okay, so next question we'll do in next part. Thank you.